Hey, everybody, and welcome to Real Life, Real Crime Daily for Wednesday, April 12th, and I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton. Wait, what's that silence?
I don't hear anything.
Where's Mike Agovino? Where in the world is Mike? Where's Waldo? You know what? Y'all, hold on. This is totally unscripted and raw. I'm going to see if he'll answer the phone. Mike's not here. He does not know this call is coming. Let's see if he answers. He's actually on vacation. So we're going to leave him a voicemail if he doesn't answer. I bet he's on the beach drinking a Mai Tai or some kind of fancy tequila. What kind of tequila you think he's getting in Panama City?
Woody.
Hey, do I hear some wind on the? Are you on the beach?
I am.
I need you to say your name, please.
Mike Agovino.
I told y'all, Mike, we're recording Real Life, Real Crime Daily, and you weren't here, and then the fans just needed to hear your voice. So say that.
Do they like the sound? Do they like the sound of the waves crashing?
The waves crashing, and the wind crashing, and probably some fancy tequila crashing.
Well, there's no tequila currently.
Oh, really? You drank them dry?
And the waves are about 18 inches high.
Okay. Well,
and it's freezing.
So that makes it hard to go pee in the water and be nonchalant about it, right? Because you're only going out ankle deep and letting it run down your leg.
So the only thing that's saved us is breaking the rules and tricking the VRBO's tiny pool to allow me to heat it higher than 90 degrees. So we in effect turned a little pool into a jacuzzi. You could go somewhere and be warm and drink.
They didn't put any of that magic dye in the pool when you pee in it. It turns your shorts blue or pink or whatever. You know what I'm talking?
I don't mind that though. A little red follow me around the water.
All right, we love you, brother. This episode is going to drop tomorrow, and we just wanted you to be on it, and the whole world's going to be listening. And I want to give you a shout out and say thank you to you and Jim for doing that surprise promo for me on Dateline, y'all, which airs Friday night at 8 Central Standard Time. Yes. And we love you.
I can't wait. All of Woody Nation will be watching. I expect Dateline to have the highest ratings in their history.
Absolutely. They're going to, that Nielsen rating machine is going to blow up. Yeah.
Andrea Canning's going to kick what's his name's ass.
Yes, definitely. Right.
See, I can't even remember his name already. She's not much better than him.
There you go.
It's Keith Morrison.
There you go.
Anyway,
we love you, and you have a great vacation. We're going to rock this for you. All right.
Thanks. I'll see you in a couple.
All right, brother. Peace. Bye.
Now, we gave you your Mike Agovino fix for today, folks.
Yeah, and hey, totally unscripted and raw, y'all. We didn't know we were going to do that. But welcome to Real Life, Real Crime Daily. And real quick, we don't normally do any type of announcements ahead of time, but we want to talk about a couple things real quick.
Yeah.
The last week, Jim, starting Tuesday night around 6 p.m., I was here in the studio with my OG partner, John T. Wilkerson, and his daughter, road partner, and my wife texted me and said, "We're going viral." And I was like, "What?" And so Nicole C17 or somebody stitched me into a TikTok about sleepovers, and she referenced the first Real Life, Real Crime episode ever, which was David and Christina Constance, or Double Clutch. And what happened, Jim?
Well, I had about that same time, I had someone text me, and they said Real Life, Real Crime's going viral on TikTok, and they sent me the actual stitched in video. I went to the site and saw, that thousands and hundreds of thousands of people had watched it at that point. I called Mike,
right, and
I got on the analytics, and it was crazy.
It was rolling as fast as I could click my thing. I didn't even really know I had a TikTok. I guess I did, but my wife and daughter done that, and pretty much it's just me getting drunk videos, but
which are great, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure they're funny. But and as fast as I could pull that little screen down, those numbers are going boop 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 boop, blew us up, and ultimately we hit #1 in the world.
Number one overall.
Over 7.5 million podcasts, number one. That's not number one in true crime. Well, yeah, we were number one in true crime, but we were number one across all genres, and it's because of y'all.
All love and just unbelievable. It was a ride that we're still riding. We're still in that top, 6 or 7, and I believe number 4 on Spotify's charts.
It's crazy, and that I think whatever deity you pray to, mine is Jesus. I think God let us have that blow up and to finally reach number 1 to prepare us for what's coming Friday night, which is Dateline, NBC, Who Murdered Courtney Coco, 2-hour story. I'm definitely on it, and y'all need to go watch it because I can promise you we're going right back to number 1.
Yeah, it's at 8, 9 Central on Friday, and we're going to play you a little clip here from Dateline's TikTok.
Yeah, they're professional people did a TikTok for us.
Yeah, so this is the promo for this week, Friday's episode of Dateline.
Years passed until somehow it had been a decade since the murder of Courtney Coco. The case had gone bitterly cold. A family member happened to know someone with a passion for cold cases. His name was Woody Overton, a former criminal investigator for the Louisiana State Police with over 20 years in law enforcement. But in 2019, he added a new line to his resume.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast.
True crime podcaster.
My wife said, everybody loves your voice, everybody loves your stories, you need to start a podcast.
Courtney's mom, Stephanie, had spoken to Woody years before about her frustration with local law enforcement. But after his podcast launched, she reached out to him again. Could he help crack Courtney's case?
I begged him. I said, please help me. And he knows the law like the back of his hand.
It broke my heart. And I'm like, I told Stephanie that day, I said, I tell you what, I'm going to solve this case. I'm going to die trying.
Woody took on the case and went on the air.
I'm your host, Woody Overton.
And as his listeners responded, it wasn't long before he came face to face with someone who said she knew Courtney's killer.
Y'all, that is love, right? So go check it out on TikTok. Go to our Real Life Real Crimes TikTok. It's really going to be something special. It's been a long time coming, but we couldn't tell you about it. The other thing, real quick, Jim Chapman's been taking the Real Life Real Crime Daily. The last couple episodes, he released them on Facebook only. And that's because we went viral last week and went to number 1, and we didn't want to clog the feed too much without explaining it, because we'd said we're going to separate the feed, and then we decided not to separate the feed, and we're just figuring it out. So guess what? Real Life Real Crime Daily is going to stay on the Real Life Real Crime feed, but every Real Life, if you don't like the daily episode or you don't like my original episodes and you like the daily, we got both. But they are going to be prefaced as this. The Real Life Real Crime Daily is going to say Real Life Real Crime Daily, and it'll have the date.
Yep.
And then
the subjects
in it, right? Every Real Life Real Crime episode I do by myself, and you're going to get several this week, it's going to say
RLRC original.
RLRC original, then the title. So y'all, you don't have to get them confused. If you don't want to listen to one or the other, that's fine. You can go click on whichever one you want to.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Without further ado, let's give you some daily. And y'all, love doing the show, and I missed out on several of them for obvious reasons. But I'm proud to be here with my brother from another mother, and I'm about to bless y'all with some knowledge.
And let me tell you, I'm glad you all are here, because these daily shows are not easy to do by yourself. Yeah. It's a little bit different dynamic.
Hey, thank you for doing it.
It was fun. And the first story we're going to talk about today is out of Louisiana and Walker Police. The Walker Police Department has released more details about a deadly shooting that happened just before 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, April 9th. Now, According to Walker Police Chief David Addison, the victim, Danny Gonzalez, 24 of Harvey, was found shot behind the Al Basha Greek and Lebanese restaurant in Phu Chow, which are located on Walker South Road in Walker. According to the PD, 3 men are believed to have been involved in the shooting and left the scene in a white Honda SUV. Police said the SUV was located in Jefferson Parish and seized in connection with the investigation. Police said an arrest warrant has been made and issued for the suspected shooter. However, that person's name has not been released while efforts are underway to locate him. The driver of the getaway vehicle was Marvin Palacios, 26, and he was arrested in Jefferson Parish. They added he will be returned to Livingston Parish. The Walker Police Department said investigators continue to work on the identity of the third person involved.
Which is crazy. Let me tell y'all real quick. Walker is like 5 miles down the road from where we are. And way back in the early 2000s, when I was a detective with Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office, Walker didn't even have a detective. And I remember the first homicide they had, and I covered it on Real Life, Real Crime. The first homicide they had, I worked it, and then they had like 5 that year, and I worked every one of them.
Wow.
And we were fortunate to solve them all. David Addison, I knew him when he was in uniform patrol. So, or hated for the victims, and I know those guys are going to do a good job on it. So, in keeping it local now, y'all, this is kind of crazy, this whole stunt car driving thing. I think this all stems back to like the Fast and Furious movies coming out and this becoming a cult thing, and now they have the drag racing shows and all that. But it's just getting out of hand. And so this weekend, officers with the Baton Rouge Police Department responded to multiple reports of reckless driving around the city in the early hours of Sunday, April 9th. A well-known local street racing organization posted a Making Baton Rouge Great Again Easter weekend flyer to social media promoting the event. Videos posted to Instagram showed drivers doing donuts, blowouts, and other stunts in parking lots in the middle of busy intersections across Baton Rouge. Y'all, if you don't know what a blowout is, everybody knows what a donut is. Blowout is where they sit there and they burn their tires until they explode.
That's called Mama and Daddy bought them tires. I can tell you that.
And then you better have a NASCAR pit crew to change it fast at AF before the cops get there, right? So anyway, officers were dispatched to the intersection of St. Philip Street, which is near South Boulevard, around 1:20 a.m. for calls of street racing. Police said when they arrived at the scene, spectators blocked the roadway and beat an officer's patrol unit, causing some damage. But only one person was arrested and issued a summons. J. Trent Dyson, 21, was arrested on charges of reckless operation and obstruction of a highway. He was also issued a summons and his car towed. Police also added they were chasing a driver on I-10 headed towards Seguin, but called off the pursuit due to safety reasons. Now, that goes back to all these stories we've been telling y'all on Real Life, Real Crime Daily, because they've figured this asshole, kid, chasing for this misdemeanor charges, maybe one felony charge that he has, wasn't worth somebody else dying, including our hero helicopter pilots or anyone else. But last year, members of the East Baton Rouge Parish Metro Council approved new penalties for stunt driving and spectators on public roads across the parish. First-time violators get a $1,000 fine instead of the old fine of $500. People could also face prison time from 10 to 90 days for each separate offense. Violators could also get their license suspended and their vehicles could be removed and impounded by the cops. And however, those increased penalties have not hindered the car stunts across the city from happening. It's a phenomenon. If I catch any of my kids doing, I'm going to beat their ass. And it's just a fact because I do pay for those vehicles.
Yeah. And, they're not violent crimes,
right?
But it's becoming way out of hand because they are mocking the police. That's really the issue.
And the thing is, we used to speed and drag race each other and stuff like that, but now they're putting it out. It's like licking that Bluebell ice cream and sticking it back in the freezer in the grocery store, or eating Tide Pods. It's just another stupid fad. But Y'all, the problem is when the cops have to respond to this, if they don't kill someone, like if they hadn't called the pursuit off, and the cops respond to this, guess what's happening? Those cops can't be patrolling the high drug or trafficking areas or high crime areas, or can't be stopping some rapist that, because they did a drive-by, the rapist that was thinking about climbing through a window. So there's a lot of reasons besides it just being stupid. I mean, I get having fun as a kid and all that, but something's got to happen.
That's right.
Before somebody dies.
I agree 100%. Now, our next story, it shocked me when I came across this. So one of my favorite movies outside of Shawshank is Dances with Wolves.
Yes, one of the only movies I ever turned around. That and Braveheart that I turned around.
Braveheart's
and Forrest Gump was that. Three movies.
Yeah.
3 movies in my lifetime that I walked out of and bought another ticket and went back in. And Dances with Wolves was long as AF, right?
Yeah, it was. Look, it was back when they had VHS tapes. It was two or three of them.
Right. And it was pure love.
Yeah. So I was shocked when I came across this, but y'all listen to this. A judge has upheld a grand jury's indictment of 18 sexual abuse related felony crimes against a Dances with Wolves actor. Now, in an order issued late Friday afternoon, Clark County District Judge Carly Kearney said state prosecutors presented enough evidence for a reasonable grand juror to conclude that the sexual assaults occurred, but found that there was no substantive testimony connecting Nathan Chasing Horse, which is his last name, to the mushrooms investigators found while searching his home. So not only did he have some serious sexual abuse charges, but he liked the mushrooms, would he?
Like the shrooms, baby.
Yeah, he liked to go back and see the spirit horse.
I'll tell you that. It must rain, and they went out and checked the cow patties. I don't know, have any direct knowledge of that, and getting the shrooms and eat them and making tea out of them or doing whatever, but the whole sexual thing.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdowns scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Hey ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through premenopause, menopause, and while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
Wow. So
Crazy.
Chasing Horse, who is 46, had asked Kearney to toss the entire indictment, saying his accusers wanted to have sex with him. One of the women was younger than 16, and you've heard Woody say you can't
consent.
Can't consent at that age. The age of consent in Nevada, though, is 16.
Really?
Yes. That blew my mind as well.
Well,
you learn it all on Real Life Real Crime
Jim
Daily.
Chapman research is like no other, right?
That's it. If you're 16, you can consent in Nevada.
And if you're somewhere else and you would be a would-be pedophile and your age range of preferred offense is 16, move to Nevada.
That's it. So, unfortunately, she was not 16 when he was having sex with her and began abusing her. Chasing Horse was indicted in February on charges of sexual assault of a minor, kidnapping, child abuse, lewdness, and drug trafficking. He had been held on a $300,000 bond in county jail since late January when he was arrested by SWAT near his home where he shared his 5 wives.
5 wives.
I'm telling you, Chasing Horse was a pimp.
Chasing Horse had it going. Well, I don't agree with all,
5
bad
wives.
stuff. But Chasing Horse, call it Chasing Tail. He got five wives. Shit. I love my wife dearly, but I don't want another one of her.
So obviously in Indian country over there, he is popular, because he's been on the movies, and it sent shockwaves through the community, which led to more criminal charges in other jurisdictions. He was born on the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota, home to the Sioux.
Totally different laws on the res is what they call it.
That's right. So he was part of the Lakota Nation. Yeah. For those of you that are familiar with Indian history, and is widely known for his portrayal of Smiles a Lot on Kevin Costner's 1990 film. Now, the alleged crimes date to the early 2000s. They cross multiple states, including Nevada, Montana, and South Dakota. Yeah. One of the victims was 14 when Chasing Horse told her of the spirits of their ancestors and instructed him to have sex with her.
What?
Yeah, the spirits of their ancestors said you need to have sex, and he told her that, and she believed him.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the law is on the res, but because it's independent nations, U.S. laws don't apply. But if it was off the res, his ass is going to prison.
That's it. So 5 wives.
But he's been in a shit ton of movies as a lead Indian character, if you will. I don't know if that's very correct to say, or whatever, Native American, whatever the fuck you say.
Very
Chasing
famous.
Horse must be hung like a horse, and he's going to the prison.
Well, he's not Smiles a Lot now. I bet he's frowns a lot now.
Smiles a lot. All right. Anyway, hearts go out to the victims of that too.
Absolutely.
Y'all, more serious term, what the fuck is going on, man? In Louisville, Kentucky, 5 people are dead after a shooter walked into the Old National Bank in downtown Louisville, Kentucky, and began firing on individuals inside with an AR-15 style rifle. Again, y'all, here we go. Police became aware of the mass shooting just before 9 a.m. local time on Monday. By 10:30 a.m., they announced the shooter was dead, along with 5 victims. 8 others, including reportedly at least one police officer, were injured and required medical attention. Connor Sturgeon, a 25-year-old employed by the bank, was named as the shooter. Police believe the shooting began around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Old National Bank, and police received word of the shooting sometime between then and 8:53 a.m., at which time the department tweeted that it was aware of the reported incident downtown and advised the public to avoid the area. Just before 9:30 a.m., police confirmed that there were multiple casualties resulting from the shooting. The shooting ended sometime between 9 and 10:16 a.m., at which time the police tweeted, "There is no longer an active aggressor threat. The suspect shooter has been neutralized." It's unclear how the shooter died, though. Officers confirmed they traded shots with the suspect. Police later said that the shooter had some connection to the bank, though the exact nature of the relationship was not made clear. So, but we know now, y'all, that he was actually an employee of the bank. The shooting is being investigated as a workplace violence situation by an employee who suffered from mental health issues, and the shooter used an AR-15 style rifle in the attack. So that it's another one, y'all. And I mean, where does it stop? You know, obviously we don't have any answers for you, right? So I'm not going to give. I don't think we should give this asshole any more credit as to his background or anything, because I mean he's just an asshole who killed people, and our hearts go out to the families and
a disgruntled employee.
Disgruntled employee,
just
so
stupid.
How bad can a bank treat you that you're gonna go in there? And he intended to kill a lot more than 5, but he killed 5 people and wounded 8 others.
Just awful. And I guarantee you one thing, Woody Overton. It wasn't Lori Johnson and Hancock Whitney.
Right? Best banky chick in the world.
That's it.
Check her out in Dennis Springs.
They treat you right over
She's
there.
a girl. And y'all, it doesn't get any crazier than this. The same day as the bank shooting, there were multiple suspects are believed to be on the loose in Louisville, Kentucky, same city, after shooting outside a community college left one dead and another wounded on Monday. So maybe, the same day, right? And the shooting happened at 11:30 a.m. Because y'all can imagine the shooting at the bank had just ended, and they get them recall, and they must have been old shit mode, right? But the incident was unrelated to the shooting that occurred hours early at the Old National Bank in the city, where 5 people were killed. So, I mean, more people dead, and the victim killed in the shooting outside the school building was identified as a male. No details about the wounded victim are available. The suspects were initially on foot before running to a car and driving off following the shooting. And so they're investigating it. I mean, what do you do? Louisville, Kentucky, bro. That's like middle of America.
Horse racing country.
Right? And I mean, shit. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And there is no answer. I mean, you know what, Jim? We caught some flack on one of the mass shooting stories we did where I said guns don't kill people, kill people. And some guy responded and said, well, I'm a victim of a shooting and blah, blah, blah. And it was certainly a person that shot me. Well, guess what? I understand that. But, you know, and then they were talking about we don't have mass knife drills. We have mass shooting drills. I get that. But if you take away the firearms, people are still going to kill people.
Right.
Right. Anyway, that's it. My prayers to the victims' families. God bless y'all. And we'll be praying for you.
And we're going to Baltimore, and Baltimore residents under 17 now face a citywide curfew this summer after 2 teenagers were injured Sunday night in a shooting amidst a crowd of over 200 minors gathering.
Nothing will clear a crowd like a little gunfire.
That's
what
right.
I've always said. You want to see people run, pop off a few.
So there was a large fight. When you see a bunch of congregated teenagers, usually it's a fight, and a large presence of police broke the fight up around 9 p.m., leaving a 14-year-old and 16-year-old injured from gunshot wounds.
That's crazy.
2 were arrested, including 1 police found with a loaded gun in the police headquarters parking garage after attempting to escape the scene on a dirt bike, and another believed to have been involved in the shooting. Following the report, the mayor called for a 9 o'clock p.m. curfew for minors under 14 and 10 p.m. for anyone under 17. I'm okay with that.
I'm down with that too.
I want everyone to hear me and hear me clearly. We're going back to the old days. We'll be enforcing a youth curfew as we move into the latter spring and summer months. Scott said the city would host summer camps and programs which have yet to be announced. We are going to have summer camp. We're going to do great things we do in recreation and parks, but we're also going to put a sense of accountability on families. We want our young kids to come out to Inner Harbor and enjoy the safe way.
Yeah. We certainly had big fights when we were kids, but it was fist fighting. And if you got your ass whipped, you didn't come back or pull out a gun and start shooting people. I think each one of these people, especially these mass shooters, if they were still alive, they need to make them go stand over that body while they work that homicide scene. They may need to make them go with the police while they notify these victims' family members that their loved ones are dead forever.
Amen. And,
stupid, man. I'm tired of shit.
Really stupid. And Baltimore police have reported, Baltimore in particular is having a problem with this. They've reported at least 5 children have been fatally shot in 2023, with 23 residents under 18 years old having sustained gunfire injuries. So the youth over there are going crazy, it seems like.
Yeah. Well,
so he's trying to do something to curb that.
I was just popped in my head. I was watching one. I think it was in Baton Rouge. They were congregating, and it was on social media. And one of the moms saw her kid on social media, and she went to the scene, and it made national news. She pulled her kid out of the crowd and beat his ass right in front of the police. Like, get your ass up!
Hey, we need more of that,
right? Evidently we do.
Look, and y'all, we have a new segment Woody's about to introduce. And with our segments we've been doing lately, we have some sound effects we've been uploading. So I think this one, I'm going to find one that goes, boom,
we need to get some Joe Buttafuoco's porn music.
Love it.
I got to get that one in, Mike, because you weren't here.
So what's our new segment
All right,
called?
listen to this. And we're going to do it. And this is pure Jim Chapman genius coming up in these new segments. And listen, I'm going to be the one that reads this every week.
Yes.
It's called the Kinky Crime segment.
That's right. There's a lot of kinky crimes going on out there, peeps.
Yeah. And this is so much better than a political segment, right? And here we go. Kinky crime. Husband claimed kinky session led to wife's injuries before she flashed the cops.
Oh, my.
A woman exposed herself to police officers in Georgia after a day's binge drinking. Officers,
Well, that ain't her fault.
Officers showed up after a 911 call and found both Asha Sharnock and her husband, David Sharnock, with visible injuries. He told the police they had been sustained during kinky sex sessions.
Hey, now.
He said they had been binge drinking all day and they like to do kinky things in the bedroom. So I assume that is where the marks had come from when they were asked by the cops, y'all. He had a bite mark on his arm and a fresh bleeding scratch to his face, while his partner of 15 years had a badly swollen eye.
Dang, they do get rough. They like it rough.
I mean, I'm thinking they're covering up because they beat each other's ass and they were just saying it's kissing. But here we go. A police interviewed the couple, whose wife then pulled up her shirt, exposing her breasts, and stated, "Look, boys, no weapons, but feel free to search me."
Hell yeah.
The wife was then charged with indecent exposure in the incident. You can't make that shit up. I can tell you 1,000 times.
I was hoping
we
you
got
could.
flashed. I mean, you know, oh my God, they call them badge bunnies, whatever they want to do, and then people being drunk and stuff. They love to expose themselves to the police. Well, these guys in this kinky crime segment, the first one ever, brought to you by Real Life Real Crime Daily.
That's right.
It's funny AF. Right?
Look, and there's so many of those we're going to be bringing. Every episode we'll have a kinky crime segment.
Kinky crime. We told y'all about the story of the 6-year-old who brought a gun to school and shot their teacher. Well, I also told you that you weren't going to hear the end of it. I don't know how a 6-year-old gets a pistol from the parents. A 6-year-old now, I could understand maybe a 12-year-old hiding it, but whatever. I figured something else was going to come down in this case, and it did. A grand jury in Virginia has indicted the mother of a 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher on charges of child neglect and failure to secure her handgun in the family's home. A grand jury said in the Newport News charged the boy's 25-year-old mother with felony child neglect and misdemeanor charge of endangering a child by reckless storage of a firearm. The boy shot his first grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, on January 6th inside her classroom at school. And police said the boy's mom legally purchased the gun, right? But, you know, her attorney said the gun was secured on the top shelf in her closet and had a trigger lock. Well, I don't know about that, Mom. I mean, I guess you got to say what you got to say. Ellison said Monday that his client, the mom's attorney, that his client plans to turn herself in later in the week. He didn't comment on the indictments. The decision to charge the boy's mom is the latest development to cascade from the shooting in this shipbuilding city of about 185,000 people. Every criminal case is unique in its facts, and these facts support the charges, but our investigation into the shooting continues. That's what law enforcement said. But there it is, y'all. I mean, it's
and that's a follow-up to it. We've been reporting on that one for a while.
And there's a lot more you can find on it. But ultimately, we discussed this, Jim, that somebody has to be held accountable. The
trigger lock being on the gun. Look, that's a good thing, and you should do that. But how did it get off?
That's what she said.
Yeah, and how did it get off the gun if it was?
I can tell you if. God forbid it ever happens to me, I'm going to say, oh, well, fuck, I had a trigger lock on my gun. I mean, how are they going to prove that you didn't? That's beyond a reasonable doubt. You can't do it. I think the teacher's doing well, right? I mean, she's alive. And she's breathing. She's still on this earth. But anyway, there's your update, people. Back to guns today, it seems.
Yeah. So we're going to bring you to Mississippi. And authorities in Mississippi have located a missing 13-year-old Texas girl living with a 27-year-old man in Perry County, Mississippi. So the sheriff praised a couple who saw a girl walking along Highway 98 across from the high school in Perry, Mississippi on Thursday and contacted authorities. There were a couple that broke down right there on the highway, and this little girl approached them. The couple noticed something was wrong, and they contacted the sheriff's office. He wanted to commend them for doing the right thing. Now, the Perry County Sheriff's Office identified the girl as missing 13-year-old from Houston, and upon further investigation, arrested and charged Thomas Patton with sexual battery and kidnapping in connection with the girl's disappearance from Houston in February. That's unbelievable.
Hey, thank God she's alive.
Yeah, and investigators believe Patton, who was a Perry County resident, met the girl in Houston while he was there for work and transported her back to his residence in Mississippi. Noble explained that while the incident is similar in nature to trafficking, his office cannot charge Patton because there was no exchange for money or other materials when Patton kidnapped the girl from Texas and transported her across state lines.
Well, you know what? That's apples and oranges. His ass is going to federal prison, cross state lines, y'all, which it means he's going to get, there's no leeway in sentencing for judges. There's no probation and shit on federal cases. You get what you get.
That's right. And the girl's parents reported her missing out of Houston in February, and there was no word from her until she was located on Thursday morning. Nobles added he wanted to make the community aware, especially young females, to be careful and not put themselves in that situation. And Woody, I just cannot imagine how his family feels.
Oh my God.
Or her family feels.
Right?
Yeah.
And they just bet they cherish every second with her now.
Wow.
And
because that's been a little while since she's been missing. Right. They probably resigned that maybe we'll never see our little girl again.
You could tell you that the longer that those cases go by and they go missing, you don't expect to find them alive. You expect them, hopefully, to find them dead. So
that's right.
Congratulations to them, and we pray that baby gets all the help she needs. Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take you to another story. Out of 2 Florida women were arrested after taunting and abusing an elderly woman on a live stream. They're pieces of crap who have been arrested and charged, according to the Brevard County Sheriff, Wayne Ivey. The only good news in this case is that the victim is now safe and sound with true professional healthcare workers that are with her and her family taking care of her, Ivey said during a news conference. A live stream video shows 2 healthcare workers allegedly verbally abusing and taunting a woman who also has dementia.
Oh, what a piece
this
of shit
that shit pisses me off. This is, to me, is as bad, if almost not worse, than doing it to a young child. Because now you got a person who has lived their life and they're in the stages of dementia. And God bless everybody who's having to deal with that. I have some personal knowledge in that area. But you to do this to a woman who doesn't even know better. All right, I'm going to continue real quick. The first suspect, 18-year-old Jada Harris, was arrested and charged with a video of voyeurism, abuse, and neglect of an elderly or disabled adult, and interception or disclosure of wired communication. Her bond was set at $6,000. The second woman, we don't read the active shooter's name a lot, but these people need their name called out so they can be shamed. The second woman, a 20-year-old Tiona Bishop, was arrested and charged with the same thing, y'all, and her bond was set at $4,000. The sheriff said the facility where the incident occurred did everything right as soon as they found out about the alleged behavior, including firing the 2 idiots. He said, you know what? I'm pretty ticked off about this, as you can tell. Our corrections team, the professionals that they are, will treat these two pieces of crap with professionalism, and they'll do their job. That's what the sheriff said.
Yeah. Very good. And I like that guy already.
Right. And then the rest of it is about court dates and all that. But the sheriff said he believes the bond amount set for the suspects are too low. But he said the state sets the bond limits.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/reallife. That's GOBBLE.com/real-life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
What's the easiest choice you can make? Window instead of middle seat? Picking a vendor who sends a great gift basket? Outsourcing business tasks you hate? What about selling with Shopify? Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage. Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/try. Go to shopify.com/try now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/try.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I need to tell some of the stories that I worked on these nursing home abuse cases. They're horrible, man. Horrible cases. And you know, God bless, they have some of the best, most caring people in those places. And then unfortunately, just like corrections, you have some of the worst that you have to work with.
Wow. Just an awful situation there. And Woody don't wear headphones, so he can't hear this. But
Then
y'all know what that means. It is Today in True Crime. And Woody Overton, you are, like me, a history buff.
absolutely.
And you would be amazed to know that on April 12th, 1861, the American Civil War began.
Oh, I knew that.
This day in 1861. Now, the date will forever go down in history as the start of the bloodiest war in America. Prior to this day, Abraham Lincoln's presidential victory led to the southern states to secede from the Union.
Wasn't that when they fired on Fort Sumter?
That was when they fired on
Right.
Fort Sumter.
Yeah.
Today in
Today.
1861. So that is such a historical thing
1861.
that we're not even going to do it. We only have that one to bring you today because you can't,
Hey,
you can't top that.
That's right.
So that is
and-
this day in crime history.
Wow. That's a good one.
Perfect. Now we're up to our next segment, and we have a sound for that too.
Here it
So I'm going to
comes.
hit it. Y'all know what this means.
Dumb criminals, y'all.
yeah, we
Brought
love
to you
those
by
dumb
Woody
criminals.
Overton. All right, so you listen to this shit. The idea of robbing a bank without saying a single word is quite unique. A 40-year-old man walked into a bank and handed the cashier a threatening note that read, "Be quick, be quiet, give your cash or I'll shoot." The bank teller obliged and handed him $400, but the thief had overlooked one simple fact. His message was scribbled on a piece of his pay slip.
Oh, there you go.
Detectives found the other half of the pay slip outside the bank, complete with the bank robber's name and home address. You can probably imagine what happened next.
God dang. That is a dumb criminal, yo.
That's dumb criminals. Prisons are full of dumbasses, right?
Now, look, back when you were an investigator, Woody, that'd have made easy work, right?
Right? That'd have been fun time. But we'd have blown his house up again. You got a search for warrant and flashbanged his house and SWAT teamed him and probably made him eat some real estate.
That's
And
right.
while we were laughing at him.
And I know what y'all are thinking. Y'all are thinking, don't you have one more segment for
Just
today?
one more, Jim.
Just one more. And we do, and it's called They Stole What?
They stole what?
And
Got a sound?
I think we do have a sound, but I can't remember. Oh, it's this one. That Mike picked that one, y'all.
They stole what?
They stole what? And let me tell you, Procter & Gamble and Arm & Hammer are not the only ones to discover the value in laundry detergent. Thieves have too. This relatively expensive everyday household product is found in nearly every home, which can partially explain its appeal
I've heard
as
about
a
this.
stolen good. Consistent demand makes the product much easier to sell. In particular, Tide, a recognized, easy-to-spot brand, is traded on a regular basis for drugs.
Right. That's true.
and sometimes right back to stores looking for better profit margins.
Oh yeah,
how about that?
They return it. Yeah, they return.
And the lack of serial numbers on the packaging makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to track. But here's the interesting thing, Woody. That's not the only kind of store-bought item that is commonly stole. Pregnancy tests
Really?
were among the most shoplifted items last year.
Now, I knew about the detergent. I did not know about pregnancy tests.
That's right. Younger thieves may lift pregnancy tests to avoid embarrassment. The tests are also targeted by organized crime groups for the resale value. Like detergent, demand for this product is so consistent that they can be sold for near retail.
Okay. Let's talk about this for a second.
Yep.
I was thinking when you did the detergent thing, we did that, and I did a case on one where we busted, and they had tons of detergent. It was a dope deal, crack dealer, he would trade it for the crack, and then he would sell it. This shit's expensive,
yeah,
and he would sell it for half price and make more money, right? Oh, yeah. But so I get it on the detergent. I was thinking, well, everybody washes their clothes unless you're just a nasty ass. But the pregnancy thing,
yeah.
Then I was thinking, what kind of demand for that could there be? But then I thought every one of us got here because two people screwed.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't always have pregnancy tests.
That's it.
You could tell Jim and I probably haven't been in the market for a pregnancy test in many years. It's been at least 12 years for me. I wonder what the value is on that. Probably $99.95.
You got it. Who knows?
It's enough.
But
I know detergent's expensive because I went and bought some from my parents last week, and I got the wrong kind, Mama. Sorry.
Among the most shoplifted items. So that's today on our They Stole What segment. So, look, Woody, we've come to the end of this episode, and
that makes me sad.
We need to remind. I know. We look, and Mike will be back hopefully for the next one that you hear. He's still on the beach getting that cocoa tan.
Hey, don't let him lie to you about not drinking tequila.
Yeah, don't let
you
him
heard
lie.
him saying that they turned the pool into a jacuzzi.
That's it.
Peeing in it.
That's it. And once again, we want to mention that Dateline this Friday night.
Who Murdered Courtney Coco?
8 Central, 9 Pacific. Check it out.
How many years did it take for this story to come to fruition?
That's right. And there are some things you may not know that you may find out in that episode.
I guarantee you don't know.
That's it. We also want to mention the best app known to man is the Real Life Real Crime app, right?
Right. Real Life Real Crime Community app. Go to the App Store. It's under Real Life Real Crime Community app. And let me tell you about this. I go there every day to answer everything first. Now, Real Life Real Crime Daily is going to be on there as well. Right. We've been promoting Real Life Real Crime Daily episodes, but now we're in the works with the apps. People will have a whole section just for the daily, right? Yep. And I go there first and I answer everyone before I go to all my other social media because I have so much other social media. It just makes it more convenient for me. But in the app, you get
you can play games.
Games you can do.
Earn coins.
We have cold cases. We have in the news. We have forums, which everybody loves, and you can post whatever. And guess what? We're the only ones who moderate it. I got put in Facebook jail again this week. Y'all, I always post those about Facebook jail. Mine most of the time is not for doing something inappropriate. It's because I have so many different pages and I'm trying to share stuff and they lock me out. Yep. And I have to go through a reprocess or whatever. Go to the app. It's free. We do have a subscriber section if you want to do that, but that's not the reason for the app. The app has the merch store. Yep. It has just everything Real Life Real Crime and Real Life Real Crime Daily in one freaking spot. And then the Real Life Real Crime Daily part is going to be just as huge as the Real Life Real Crime part. Now that we're putting it all together and keeping it all in the same feed, it's our family. It's our babies.
100%. Right? So go check that out. Go download it and make it easy on yourself to get all these episodes. And I promise everything.
I promise you we'll respond to you in the app.
100%. Now, Bloody Angola, our other podcast.
I can't sing like Thomas Kelly. Bloody Angola. Somebody did a post the other day. Like, am I the only one that when that song goes off, it's stuck in my head? I'm like, nope. It's me too.
Me too. And that's a series Woody Overton and I do together where we talk about the world's most notorious prison and largest in the United States. We bring you stories from inmates incarcerated there, history of the prison. You'll love it. Just go check it out. Bloody Angola.
Everything, y'all, on Bloody Angola, that's another one of our babies. And each of our children are different. We love them all just as much. But let me tell you about Bloody Angola. I'm a huge history buff, and as is Jim. And we came up with the idea for that show. It was fire. We have personal history there, but every episode is different. We have some of the most horrible stories from there. We have some of the most uplifting stories from there. And each one of them is different, and it's all based in facts. So go check it out. Super proud of it. And that show this week jumped up 20-something spots in the rankings.
Number 19
under
charts.
Under documentaries, right?
Yep.
So it's got a little bit of crime, or you might talk about some crimes, but the prison mind just fascinates me. And it's a whole different world behind the wire.
That's right. So check that out. Bloody Angola podcast.
Bloody Angola. Anywhere you can download a podcast.
Anywhere.
And on Real Life Real Crime and Real Life Real Crime Daily and Bloody Angola, y'all go subscribe to them. Hit the little subscription button so every time we drop an episode, you'll get notified of the episode being dropped.
That's right.
Right? And if you will, if you're so inclined, go leave us a review. 1 star, 5 star, we don't care.
We don't care.
And if I ruined your day so bad you want to leave us a 1 star, then I'm happy I did that for you.
That's it. Haters going to hate, as they say.
And lovers going to love.
That's right. So until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton,
your host of Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace.
And for Mike Agovino, show business.